Hello, Honkers fans. Welcome to Meet the Honkers, episode 10. I am Justin Velazquez, and I am very happy to welcome Jack Colette onto the show. What's going on, man?
Not much, Justin. I'm very happy to be here too.
I'm so pumped to have you. I've been trying to get you on since we kind of started this thing. So, hey, we were talking earlier, like we were thinking about having you. I was trying to have you as the first player on, but you're episode 10. So it works out the big double digits. Let's get right into it. So you're from Torrance, California. How did you get into baseball?
I started playing t-ball like at age 4, and played every year since then. No crazy story really. I just love playing sports in general. And then I kind of figured out that I really liked baseball, and I just liked everything about baseball, and it was really fun, and it was something that my dad was my first coach, and I just really grew to love baseball. Simple as that.
How cool is that, having your father as a coach for you?
It was awesome. He's always been one of my number one coach growing up. He was always throwing me batting practice before every game, stuff like that. So it was great to have that, father-son relationship within the sport of baseball. And yeah, it was pretty cool to always have him around and always have him talking the game with me.
How important is your relationship with your dad to you?
It's the most important relationship, probably one of the most important relationships I have, other than with God. Other than him, it's with my dad. He's my best friend, and my number one coach, number one motivator, number one supporter. My relationship with my dad is everything. He's awesome. He's best coach I've ever had, best dad I can ever have. So, yep.
So is he the dad, like when you're playing, is he watching and then after the game he's shooting you texts on like what to do better or what you didn't do good on? Or is he like the positive kind that is like, hey, you did this great, you were great? Or does he just let you be?
No, my parents and family members, all of them are super supportive of me. My dad told me a long time ago, that I'm not your coach anymore. We're past that, So everybody kind of just is a supporter to me when things aren't going well. Nobody's saying, hey, stop swinging at balls in the dirt and stuff like that. All of my family members are fully supportive of me, and but yeah, he's always watching every single game, and we like to break it down after all the games and talk on the phone, stuff like that. So it's pretty cool.
So at San Jose State, you have a degree in communications. You want to get into coaching after you graduate. So what's so appealing about about coaching? I'm sorry, to you.
Honestly, I just love being around the game of baseball. And I've had the pleasure of having a lot of really good coaches in my life. And, I've learned different little things from every single coach that I've had, and I've had plenty of them. And I really like to teach the game. I love learning. I love learning every single day, different little things to help with baseball and help you learn the game. And I just want to be around baseball as long as I can. And being a coach doesn't really sound like a job, it sounds like something that's really fun, and it's a way to help others. And yeah, that's the main attraction for me. I want to be around the game as long as possible.
Now you're an upperclassman at San Jose State, right? So have you taken on kind of a mentorship role with maybe the freshmen or the sophomores on the team, maybe helping them get acclimated, something that you had to go through a couple years ago?
I hope so. When I was a freshman, I've a lot of the seniors and upperclassmen on my team here at San Jose State were super good leaders and mentors to me, and taught me how to do things, taught me the right way and the wrong way to do stuff. And I learned a ton from them, and I tried to soak up as much information from them as I could. And I'm super thankful for those guys that really showed me how to do things. And so I always said that, when I'm a senior, I'm gonna be the guy that's, showing the younger guys how to do things and get them acclimated and get them feeling comfortable. So I try my best to do so, and I hope that there's a freshman or two that thinks that I'm doing that. So I hope so.
So how do you go about that though? Are you're introducing yourself to them obviously, and are you just kind of being like, hey, whatever you need, if you have a question, come up to me. You can ask me anything. If you want some advice, you can just come up. How does that relationship work?
I feel like every relationship's a little bit different with every guy. I just I try my best to just talk to everybody and ask them how they're doing, but really ask them how they're doing and check in on everybody as much as I can. And just the main thing is just building relationships. And I feel like just by building relationships with other guys, they'll be more comfortable to share things with you. They'll be more willing to come up to you when they have a question or need some advice and stuff like that. So I just try to be available for everybody when the times present themselves.
You go to St. John Bosco High School, right? You only play on varsity for 2 seasons.
Mhm.
So what was your mindset the years you didn't make the varsity team to eventually accomplish the goal of playing on that squad?
We at St. John Bosco, we kind of most of the freshmen, pretty much all the freshmen played on the freshman team, and then all the sophomores played on the JV team, and with the exception of a few, but mostly pitchers. But that was kind of the way we did it. You kind of graduated with your class every year and went up to the next level, and so we our first year on varsity, we took some lumps when we were juniors, and then our senior year, we were the first team in St. John Bosco history to win the Trinity League Championship. And I think that speaks to the fact that, we played together for 4 years. And, it wasn't like a discouraging thing that I wasn't on varsity as a sophomore. Maybe at the time it was a little bit, but um, again, my dad told me that, you'd rather be on the JV team playing every single day than being on the freshman team and battling for at bats. So, I yeah, maybe my ego was probably thinking I want to be on the varsity team, but I definitely think that it was better off for me to get as many at bats as possible on whichever team it was.
Exactly. How special was that season for you, winning that championship as a senior?
That was the best season of baseball that I've ever been a part of. We had a super tight knit team, and just we spent literally like almost every single hour of the day together, and we really loved each other. It was awesome, and we went 2-13 in our league season the year before, just getting destroyed by everybody. And the next year we had the exact same team, and we kind of just decided, you know what, let's go out there and let's change things around here. And that was with the leadership of our coaching staff and all that. But the guys really rallied around and built a culture there, and it was awesome. We went, I want to say 11-4, and we just had a really good season and won the league. Is like I would say it's the toughest league in the country, and we got the job done. It was pretty awesome.
How did you make that decision? Was it just kind of on practice one day, you all were just like, hey, we're just sick of losing. So the only other option is to win, pretty much?
It kind of was that simple a little bit. We had everybody was really comfortable with each other too, and it goes back to the building relationships part. Like everybody really was comfortable around each other, and it was kind of just as simple as you just made it seem. We just decided, hey, losing ain't any fun, and we're gonna work super hard and push each other to win baseball games. And our coaches were tough on us, and but more importantly, we were tough on each other, and we just kind of built a culture around winning baseball, and that's what we were able to do, and it just made it super enjoyable.
You mentioned relationships. That's a word, I hear a lot about how important the relationships are. You play a kid's game, right? You're with teammates and coaches every single day. How important are those relationships to you? Because that's a word I see you keep repeating.
They're definitely important. I think that the best thing about playing baseball for me has been not the games won or the championships or whatever, but just the relationships that I have made with other people. And just getting the opportunity to meet people that without baseball I would have never crossed paths with. I made really good relationships last year on the Honkers last summer, and throughout my time in college, throughout my time in high school, and most of these guys like that I played growing up with at 10 years old, I still talk to pretty frequently and stuff like that. And the game of baseball has opened a lot of doors for me. It's taken me places I never thought I'd be, and it's helped me develop relationships that I'm really lucky to have, really blessed to have. And yeah, that's probably one of my favorite things about baseball is just the people that I meet and the things I get to learn from them.
So your senior year, you had a great year personally as well. You hit 350. All those reps kind of, paid off. They acclimated themselves into a great season. So what clicked for you though, personally, that year at the plate?
I think it was just like the hard work paying off, and being a senior, kind of being comfortable and confident in the fact that I'm primed to do good things this year. We had a really good lineup that year, 1 through 9. I think was all D1 commits, and all still playing baseball either at the collegiate level or at the pro level. And so I had a lot of good players around me that, when you have good players around you, you have no choice but to elevate your game too. So I would attribute a lot of it to that. I had probably one of the best hitting coaches you could possibly have at the high school level, and my head coach, Don Barbara, who absolutely dominated at Long Beach State. I forget what his numbers were there, but they were ridiculous. And I want to say he led the country in doubles one year. And so, I mean, I was blessed to have really good coaches around me that taught me how to hit. So
How
yeah.
important was Don or Dom? I'm sorry.
Don.
Don.
So,
How important was Don to your development specifically?
him and the rest of the coaches were huge in my development. He helped me get to San Jose State and get me ready for college baseball. And, just he was around us every single day for 4 years at Bosco. And, he really taught us the game. He really knew the game. He played pro ball. He coached at the college level, the Division I college level for a while. And so like, he really knew the game, and he really knew what it was going to require out of us if we all wanted to play college baseball, and everybody on our team wanted to. So he definitely pushed us hard, but he pushed us in the right way because he knew what it was going to take. And it was pretty easy to listen to that guy because, he knows what it takes. So I'm just going to go ahead and do whatever he says.
What do you think you learned the most about yourself as a person and a player throughout high school?
That's a tough question. I think the best thing I learned about myself was that, my junior year we scuffled, and I saw a lot of guys committing to Division I schools, and I wasn't one of those guys, and I was kind of getting upset, discouraged about that. And I thought deep down that I was a Division I college baseball player, and I wasn't kind of getting those looks, and that was kind of tough on me. But then, with my friends and family all like helped me out and just said, you got to keep working, and so I learned that, if I want to do something, that I'm gonna have to put the work in. I'm gonna have to trust myself. And so in high school, I really, especially going my junior and senior year, I really worked my tail off to get some Division I looks. And I'm really happy that it was earned. I was happy that I didn't feel like it was just given to me. I really earned it, and I'm proud of those things.
Just added more fuel to the fire.
Exactly.
So how special was it to you when you not only got the D1 offers but committed to San Jose State?
It was super special. I always wanted to play Division I baseball. I grew up going to Cal State Fullerton games and Long Beach State games and UCLA games and watching those games and watching postseason baseball. And I always wanted to be a part of that. And so it was super important to me to push myself to get to the next level. And I really wanted to play Division I baseball. And I'll never forget the day that I committed to San Jose State. It was like a big accomplishment for me, a big weight off my shoulders. And, I was super happy to do so. And I was blessed with the opportunity even more.
Take me behind that day. Did you have a big gathering with family? How did you celebrate? Like, give me the rundown of the entire day.
No, I mean, there wasn't really much to it. I went on a visit probably a few weeks before, and I liked the coaching staff, and I liked San Jose, and I liked the campus and all that. And more so than that, it was just I love the fact that I was given an opportunity to play Division I baseball. It didn't really matter where, for who, anything like that. So I talked to my parents about it, and I was like, I've been working for this. I've wanted this. I've been waiting for it, and I got an offer. I just want to take it already. So it wasn't like some big celebration or anything. There was still work to be done after that, and it was definitely like a big weight off of my shoulders, and I was super happy and proud. But it was just time to keep working, time to keep getting better.
So your first 2 years at San Jose State, you were a two-way player, 1.8 ERA your freshman year. I just got to throw that out there. It's pretty good, pretty good. You told me you recorded an out with the Honkers last year, tied for the most ERA in Northwoods League history. I mean, that's not bad. They should give you the Cy Young. I mean, come on.
No, I know. I want to see who else is up there on the 0.00 ERA in the Northwoods League. It's probably it's a pretty elite group, I'm sure. I'm happy to be part of it.
You got a lower ERA than Scherzer and Sale. You doing all right?
Yeah, I probably do. Yeah, it was awesome.
But so you were a two-way player your first 2 years, but in 2020, only a position player, and that was the year. Unfortunately, it was COVID shortened, but you broke out offensively that year. You hit over 300. How big was it for you, if it was a big thing, to strictly focus on being a position player?
I always grew up doing both, and I really enjoy pitching. I really enjoy hitting. I love it all. Unfortunately, I got off the mound because of some arm issues, and I was going to have to get surgery to keep pitching, and I didn't want to have surgery and all that. But no, I mean, I just love competing, and I obviously didn't want to get any surgeries if I didn't have to. So it was basically it was kind of forced my hand. My arm just kind of blew up on me, and but yeah, I do miss pitching for sure. And I had to beg Coach Widener to let me pitch last summer. He was pitching all the other position players. He threw like Otto Grimm and a bunch of other guys, and I was like, hey, when am I going to get my shot? And so I did finally get my shot. So that was pretty awesome.
Was that a tough decision for you, or were you just like, all right, well, I can't pitch, so let's just be the best outfielder I can be?
Yeah, pretty much was that. I didn't really want to get surgery if I didn't have to, because that meant sitting on my couch and watching all my other buddies play baseball for a long time without me getting out there. So that was kind of it. I just I'd rather play every day than pitch every couple of games. So it wasn't like too hard of a decision for me. I've always been a hitter mainly. I didn't really pitch much in high school, so it wasn't like too difficult of a decision for me.
You're in your 5th collegiate season, right? So What have you enjoyed the most about playing college ball?
There's so many things to enjoy about it. I think just being a part of a Division I program is pretty awesome when you sit back and think about it. I've like I said before, just the people that you meet and the places that I get to go playing baseball here is pretty awesome. And I don't take it for granted. That's why I'm going to be coming back and playing again next year. You mean you're going to have to take the cleats off of me? I'm just going to be playing until I can't, because there's so many great things and great blessings that come with playing D1 baseball that I can't get over, and I'm gonna just keep milking it out as long as I possibly can.
They're gonna have to rip you off the field. They're just gonna have to
exactly
you off the field until
exactly right.
Just like, all right, you can just take me, or they're just too strong.
Yeah,
they just got John Cena just pulling you.
Exactly, man.
But so last year, your first year with the Honkers, I know you mentioned relationships earlier, specifically with the Honkers. What were some players you grew strong relationships last season in Rochester?
There were, I mean, I feel like I probably built a relationship with almost every single guy on the team. I mean, I really enjoyed just spending time with a bunch of the guys and, talking to them about their programs and it's kind of the things that they talk about over there and stuff like that, and just learning from each of them. I'd talk hitting and I talk hitting with Otto Grimm all the time, and or talk about what they do and their program and all that. He was another outfielder with me, Alex Pimentel. We'd talk about throwing and their long toss programs at Long Beach State, and I'd talk hitting with Matt Horvath, and I built some good relationships with some of the pitchers too, like Aaron Vernon. Him and I still talk pretty frequently. Alec Holcomb, I still talk to him all the time. There's probably plenty more guys that I'm missing out on, but those guys were guys that I talk to pretty much every day. And we may not talk now all the time because all of us are busy or whatever, but if I saw them tomorrow, it'd be like we'd be picking up just where we left off, this best of buds. And yeah, I built a lot of really good relationships last year.
Is there a moment or moments on or off the field that stand out to you from last summer?
Um, there were, I mean, when you play a ton of games and you're traveling and all that, there's like tons of moments, and it's hard to really like pinpoint one or two that stood out. But it was just like the little stuff, like the post game meals with the team, and just talking baseball. Mike Bolton's another one. I forgot to mention him. He would talk to me about stealing bases. He stole like 150 bags last year at Purdue. I'm exaggerating, but he was like perfect last year at Purdue, and he was teaching me all sorts of ways to steal off certain guys and what he'd look for and stuff like that. So yeah, sorry, just like little things like that, I just like just kicking it, talking baseball and stuff like that. And there wasn't like any major moments or whatever, but it was just like the little interactions, just hanging out in the dugout and stuff like that. Just stuff that, that's why you're going to have to rip the cleats off of me, just little things like that are just priceless.
It's good to have those moments back, especially after, COVID is kind of through everything and everybody's wearing masks and all that stuff. It's good to kind of be what's the word I'm looking for? Like have a group
normal
again,
normal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming from California too, last summer, or last season, they were telling us last season here, they were telling us to wear masks in the dugout and all that stuff. It was just like crazy. And then, I came out to Rochester and it was like the first bit of normalcy in a long time. It was pretty cool. And, it was just like escaped from all the COVID stuff. And it was just like, man, we're just playing baseball, having fun again. So, that was just awesome. Like having that experience again. It was pretty cool summer.
Yeah, especially with the fans now, because last year there was still reduced capacity. Now you're going to see, packed house on Memorial Day, for day. So it's going to be a really cool atmosphere to, be around the fans and the players and really enjoy that and be normal, once again.
Yeah, I'm pumped to get back to Mayo Field. That's super cool field. It's probably the best field in the Northwoods that I played at. So I'm stoked to get back there.
I'm excited to get there. I've never been to Minnesota though. So what should I look out for?
You should look out for like perfect weather all summer. And Minnesota was great. I didn't really know what to expect, but it was like 80 degrees every single day and occasional rain, but like it was pretty awesome. It was super green. Super different than California for sure. But I'm happy I got my lay of the land down a little bit last year, so I'm gonna be super excited to get back out there and get to work.
Appreciate the time, man.
Definitely. I appreciate you, Justin.
And that is Jack Colette entering his second consecutive summer with the Rochester Honkers. Thank you, Honkers fans, for tuning in to Meet the Honkers episode 10. Each episode comes out every Friday at noon Central right here on the Rochester Honkers YouTube channel. And I will see you for the next one.